Gene therapy, editing your DNA to live longer. Welcome back to School of Soul. I'm Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and this is the Science of Age Reversal series. What if aging isn't natural at all? What if it's a bug in the system? One we've simply accepted as normal because no one had the tools to rewrite it? Well, that era is ending. Because right now, we have tools. Tools that can scan your DNA, pinpoint a flaw, and delete it. Tools that can rewrite your cellular instructions, slow down damage, and even reverse genetic aging. This isn't the future. It's happening right now in real labs, on real humans, using a breakthrough called gene therapy. So let's break it down. What is gene therapy? Gene therapy is a medical technique that alters your DNA to treat or prevent disease. That might mean replacing a missing gene, fixing a mutation, or adding entirely new instructions to your cells. The goal? To treat the cause of aging at the root, inside your genome, rather than managing symptoms on the surface. We often think of aging as something that just happens with time. But aging is also biological programming. Your body comes with built-in self-destruction switches, like telomere shortening, mitochondrial decay, and the activation of genes that drive cellular senescence. Gene therapy aims to switch those off, or better yet, rewrite the script altogether. One of the most groundbreaking and controversial figures in this space is Elizabeth Parrish, CEO of BioViva. In 2015, she became the first known human to undergo experimental gene therapy for aging. She didn't test on animals. She didn't wait for FDA approval. She injected herself. The procedure involved two main components, one gene to increase muscle mass and one to extend telomeres, those protective caps on the ends of your chromosomes that shrink as you age. After treatment, Parrish reported increased telomere length and muscle regeneration, far beyond what should have been possible at her age. Skeptics questioned the results, critics slammed the ethics. But one thing was clear, the age of self-experimentation had begun. Gene therapy works by using a delivery vehicle, usually a harmless virus, re-engineered to carry new DNA instructions into your cells. Once inside, the new genes either replace the old ones or add new capabilities entirely. Think of it like a firmware update for your biology. But unlike pills or supplements, gene edits are often permanent. You don't take gene therapy, you become it. One of the most exciting applications is CRISPR, short for clustered regularly interspaced short palindromic repeats. It's a gene editing tool that lets scientists cut and paste DNA with surgical precision. With CRISPR, researchers have deleted genetic diseases in mice, grown super strong muscles in dogs, and even modified brain cells to resist neurodegeneration. Now, they're turning that attention to aging. Imagine deleting the gene that causes Alzheimer's, boosting the one that creates cellular repair enzymes, silencing the genetic pathways that trigger inflammation, or inserting a gene that produces its own anti-aging proteins on demand. That's not a dream. It's already being tested. Take the Klotho gene, for example. It's nicknamed the longevity gene because it regulates everything from inflammation to cognitive function. In mouse studies, upregulating Klotho led to longer lifespans, better memory, and resistance to age-related disease. Scientists are now developing gene therapies to increase Klotho production in humans. Then there's TERT, the gene that activates telomerase, the enzyme that rebuilds telomeres. In normal adults, telomerase shuts off after early development. But in long-lived animals, and in cancer cells, it stays on. Gene therapy that reactivates TERT has extended the lives of mice by over 30% without causing tumors. The implication? We could rebuild our aging chromosomes and extend the biological clock. But here's the danger. Gene therapy is powerful, and any attempt to override nature comes with consequences. One major risk is uncontrolled cell growth. If you turn on a gene that promotes regeneration, how do you make sure it doesn't trigger cancer? Cancer, after all, is just the body growing without restraint. Some early gene therapies led to leukemia in patients because the edited genes inserted themselves into the wrong part of the genome and activated dangerous pathways. Another concern is off-target effects. CRISPR, while precise, is not perfect. A small misalignment can cut the wrong gene or activate a cascade of mutations that won't appear for years. You might cure aging and develop something worse in its place. Then there's the ethical chaos. If you can edit your DNA to live longer, can you also edit for intelligence, beauty, strength? Will insurance companies require a genetic upgrade to cover your future care? Will employers screen for edited genomes the same way they check resumes? And most urgently, who gets access? Right now, gene therapy is expensive. It can cost anywhere from $500,000 to over $2 million per treatment. Some therapies are priced higher than most homes. If age reversal becomes real, but only for the rich, we won't just have income inequality. We'll have biological inequality. A permanent genetic divide between the modified and the mortal. And that opens the door to eugenics 2.0. Not through coercion, but through access. Not through policy, but price. What begins as therapy becomes enhancement. What begins as healing becomes engineering. And once the edits are heritable, once they pass to future children, we're not just modifying lives, we're modifying lineages. But the potential is massive. Imagine a world where diseases like Parkinson's, heart failure, or even aging itself, are no longer feared because we have the genetic code to neutralize them. A world where instead of dying at 85 from organ failure, you reset your system at 60 and keep going. Not frail, not declining, but strong, capable, whole. That's the promise of gene therapy. And whether we see it as salvation or temptation depends on who's steering the science. We've entered the era of editable humans. Your body is no longer just biology, it's programmable. And what we do with that power, what we choose to keep, erase, or upgrade, will define the next chapter of human existence. So ask yourself, if you could rewrite your code, would you? And if so, what would you keep? And what would you delete? Because the real question is no longer whether we can extend life. It's whether we still understand what life is when we do. Hi, I am Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and SOS, School of Soul has a brand new series, the AI and Future Technology series. Look, you know the world is changing. And no, it's not going back to normal. Normal is over, and what's coming next is beyond anything we were prepared for. The School of Soul, AI and Future Technology series includes 319 videos on 1. The Download Society, How Data Has Replaced Destiny. 2. Predictive Future. Your next moves aren't random, they're forecasted. 3. Social Credit Systems. The behavioral economy now governs access. 4. Hive Mind. Synthetic telepathy and collective algorithmic control. 5. Nanobots inside you. Medical, military, and programmable intrusions. 6. Grief Tech. AI-fueled digital resurrection and simulated comfort. 7. Uploading your mind, consciousness transfer, and data-based identity. 8. Deep fakes plus AI clones, the replication of reality and identity theft. 9. Quantum humans, the merger of biology with quantum systems. 10. Digital afterlife, where your data goes when you die. 11. Resurrection science, reviving life through synthetic methods. 12. Immortal science, the end of death as we know it. 13. Longevity science, gene editing, anti-aging, and bio-upgrades. 14. Designer babies, engineered perfection before birth. 15. Artificial wombs, birth decoupled from the female body. 16. 3D printing, printing organs, limbs, and even humans. 17. The humanoid era, the rise of synthetic beings among us. 18. Legacy humans, the slow phase-out of unmodified analog people. 19. Smart cities, algorithmic environments that watch and decide. 20. Cloud-based societies, citizenship without borders or bodies. 21. Hackable humans, emotion, memory, and behavior under code. 22. Biometric scanning, your body is your password and your prison. 23. Sex tech, intimacy reprogrammed by machines. 24. Extinction of gender, fluidity, deletion, and design of identity. Every topic is fully explored with real-world technologies, patents, case studies, ethical analysis, and future forecasts. These aren't someday discussions. This is already happening. Join the SOS School of Soul Vault to understand the future before it's implemented on you.